Hello and welcome to Conversations Across the Ditch with myself, Carrie Marie, and in New Zealand, and the beautiful Kelly O'Shea over in Tasmania.
Hi guys, hi Carrie.
Hello everyone, and hello Kelly. Oh my goodness, I'm getting my tongue in tangles. It's all good. We have some news for you, our listeners, today. We're having some big changes, and Kelly's going to tell us all about them in just a moment. And this is really about owning our core, coming into a place of being honest with ourselves and honest with other people enough to be able to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done for the highest good of ourselves, so that we can live and step into our dreams properly, fully and completely. So today's I apologize now if we get a little bit of emotional. It's something that's really important to both of us. So I'm going to hand over to Kelly now to share with you the big news and where this is going to go, because it's really exciting too.
It is. Thank you, Carrie. So this, the journey with this podcast has been absolutely amazing. I've decided to step back from doing the podcast because I want to pursue something that comes to my core, that I feel is my purpose and my why in life, and that is to write my book. And in the last couple of weeks, my core, which is where it all is, in here, and it has been pulling at me. It has been pulling at me so much, like, just let go of everything else, because this is what you want to do. Don't ignore it anymore. And so I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to focus 100% on creating this book that I'm so passionate about, Carrie. I'm so passionate about, and I can't wait to finish it and get it out there for people to read and for people to be inspired. Yeah.
Beautiful. And I really appreciate the fact that you were so open and honest in sharing where you're at and what it is that you want to create moving forward, so that you can live your purpose and your why. So please tell us, what is your book about? And what is it called?
Oh, I'm still mulling around titles, but the word inspiration is going to be in there somewhere. So the book is going to be about my journey in life, because I really believe that we as human beings, sometimes we neglect to embrace every little bit of our life journey. The struggles we try and forget and we try and let go of, but really these struggles need to happen in order for us to grow, to move forward. And I finally in my 40 plus years of life realized how much those struggles and those setbacks and the pain and the agony has created the person that you're listening to right now. And I want to put it into a book, and I want to share the ups and the downs, the happiness, the celebration, and I want my reader to really learn how much unique they have in themselves and how much they can grow and learn from themselves. So it really is a passionate book. Yeah. Thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you for sharing it too, because it's so important that we understand how to embrace our own hero's journey. Often and I'll speak for myself here, we go through life and we think that we are the victim. We don't see how all the things that have happened in our life shape us and make us stronger. And that actually in some way they served us. They were merely tests. Instead, we can see them as the big things that can hold us back in life and stop us from living big and living our dreams. So, and I know that you have an amazing story. So I really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time out to share your ups and downs, your humanness, to share your hero's journey through all those experiences to really help other people access that within themselves. I think that's an amazing thing to want to do.
Thank you.
So why is it important right now to put all of this focus into the book at the expense of everything else? Why is this the ultimate thing for you?
As I mentioned before, it is my purpose and it's my why, and I've known that for a long time. But then, you have those self-sabotaging habits, the people pleasing, and the comfort zone, and I guess I kind of enjoyed them every now and then, but lately, right now, the books mean so much to me that I want to get my story out, because I see and I hear people that are struggling in life with things that have happened to them, things that they're going through. And I really want to empower and inspire people to be able to embrace everything as life learning and turn it into their own hero journey, and so that they become their own superhero. I just feel that is something that, a lot of us are lacking in our lives. We seek inspiration and from other people. And they are. I'm not saying they're not inspirational. They are. But when you realize that the inspiration has been with you all the time, and it's there, and it never goes away, just if you believe and you allow it to be part of you. And so that is why right now it is so important for me to get heads down and let go of everything else and just focus 110% on this book.
I love that. I love your passion. I can feel that passion, that you don't want anyone else to suffer because you're not sharing your story, and you're not sharing with people that actually, you know what, you have this within you too. You have something amazing in your story, in your life, and it doesn't have to be the way that you think it is, the way you believed it to be. You can turn it around.
Absolutely.
You are your own hero. That's what I'm hearing. You share that. You are your own hero. That's the message, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. That's exactly it. You are your own hero. Yeah, your own superhero. You have an abundance of superpowers that you are yet to unleash. And that's exciting.
It is exciting. And I think what springs to my mind when you share that as well is that we often aren't aware of our powers because they come easily and naturally to us. We don't fully value them. And so it's also acknowledging that. I imagine that's probably part of your story, because I know from speaking with you, from having you in my inner circle of friends, that you have so much to give and so much compassion and passion for life, and you're so full of play and energy, and you really listen and take on board what people have to say. You're really caring, especially about children, about people, and wanting to create better lives.
Absolutely. In a nutshell, that's exactly what I want to do, Carrie. So thank you for summing it up. I love it.
Pleasure, beautiful. So what else? Is there anything else that you would like to share about this journey that you're on? Where you're perhaps moving on to next? I mean, you are focusing on 100% on the book. What does, maybe share a little bit perhaps of what that looks like for you, or how perhaps you see this unfolding?
Absolutely. I think, like, and definitely my book, but also embracing my life right now and opening my eyes to the little things that happen, that I experience, the people that I meet, the circumstances I find myself in. And that is another reason that this book has kind of excited me, because I'm now realizing I'm starting to seek those things out. I'm really looking for the excitement and the uniqueness in my life now. And that's something else I hope that people get out of this book. Yes, it's about me and, this struggle. And I don't want people to feel sorry for me at all. That's not what this book's going to be about. But it's about people opening their eyes to how they've dealt with struggles in their own life. And so, I want to create, in the book, I want to create space for people to reflect on chapters and themselves. So it's going to be an emotional read, but it's also going to be an inspiring and empowering read. And, I'm going to really encourage people to write in the book, highlight things and write all over it, create it and mess it up, because that's what I want. I want to see people do that. I just don't want them to sit it on the shelf. I want it to be all messy and beautiful and their own.
I love that. You want people to actually get involved with the story.
Yeah.
You want people to actually put their own mark on it too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Perhaps reflecting on their lives. Oh, how is this relevant for me? Perhaps things like that. I love that. And I love how you're showing that this book isn't just about a book that you're just going to sit and write. It's actually about bringing it to life for you as well in your own life right now.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's taken me a while to be able to look back on things and realize how amazing they are and how powerful they've been. And so, I'm going to keep doing that. So maybe in the next couple of years, there might be a second book, because, it's like, I've got a while now. I've got a while to go. So, just embracing life and seeing the uniqueness that we are. And we are all unique in our own ways, and we have so much to give and to offer everybody. And that when we talk about the three cells, the core, the cut, and the crop, and I really want all of us to be living our lives from our core, to peel back those other layers and really be who we want to be.
Absolutely. So you just dropped in there a beautiful coaching model, Kelly. Would you like to just describe that a little bit so that our listeners understand it? So you mentioned core, crud, and crust. So would you like to just go through each part of that, please?
Absolutely. So if the listener can imagine 3 circles, you have a smaller circle, then another circle, and then another circle around it. The smaller circle in the middle is what we refer to as our core. And this is our true, authentic self. This is where, we're just us. We're not influenced by anything, we're just us. And I guess, when I think of that, I think of our heart. And that's really what I think of, and that's who we really are, our core. And then we have our crud. And the crud is the next layer where we start to have that influence, the choices that we make in our core start to be change a little bit, you know, to please our society, the people that surround us, you know, but we really don't see any harm in that. But, you know, and then the outer layer is the crust. And this is the very last layer that our core decisions that reach after it's come through the crud and the crust. So this here then is kind of when we're letting go of who we really are. And we become the people pleasers of those around us. And our decisions are changed or denied because of the way other people are, or the way other people think we are and we think we need to be.
Yeah.
And that's powerful. And definitely reading on that over the last couple of weeks has made my core stand up and push its way through the fun and the crust, because it's my purpose and my why. Yeah. And I just want to thank you for, you know, allowing me the space, Carrie, to be honest with you. You know, I've enjoyed this journey so much and embraced it as a learning and a growth. And now I really feel that I want to spend time on my book. Yeah. So thank you for that.
And thank you again. Thank you for your honesty, and thank you for sharing about the crud, the core, the crud, and the crust, because it's such a great way of understanding why we behave the way we do, the masks that we wear, why we people please. And it's really because of what we've learned to believe ourselves to be, when it's not who we really are. And I love that your core has cut through all that muck for you and said, you know what? No, this isn't who I am. This isn't what I want to do. I don't want to just do stuff to please someone else. I need to actually do this for me, because this is my purpose. This is my why. This is why I'm here, is to help people. And I'm going to do that through this vehicle of a beautiful, inspiring book that will help people to acknowledge their own journey as a hero's journey versus a journey of victimhood, of feeling like they what's the word I'm looking for? Feeling like they're at the whim of the world, and that there was no good to it. There was no purpose or reason for it. Realizing that there was a purpose and a reason for it. There was something grander for them to learn through all of that. And that because of those things that happened, they are now stronger. They're better.
100%. Yeah.
So I love that. So we draw conversations across the ditch to a close at this point, because I can't converse on my own. The same way I certainly can't do it to myself in Tasmania. So we are going to be closing this chapter on conversations. Where it goes from here, I'm not 100% sure right now. I might keep the podcast open, but simply rename it, so that those of you who are listening don't fall off the bandwagon, as it were, and will have to find something else. If you've been enjoying what we've been sharing, then I can take up the banner. It will look a little bit different because it will be me hosting. So yeah, it might be more about sound healing, because I'm passionate about creating balance in our health, physical health, mental health, emotional health through sound. So I might be bringing some more of that on board. I might be interviewing people. I'm not too sure yet. So watch this space as we open. We close one chapter and we open another. But do expect to see Kelly again, because I've said to her before we started the podcast that I would love for her to come on and share her milestones with her book, as she writes the first chapter, the second chapter, or however that she's writing, to let us know about how that journey is going, and to share perhaps a little bit of what she's written so that you can see the power of and the inspiration behind what her story. I'd love that. I'd love for you to come on and share that with everyone.
I would love that.
Awesome.
I'd love to do that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. I've loved every moment of it. It's been challenging with technical issues and goodness knows what else. But through it all, I love the fact that you've always shown up. You've always been consistent. You've always had so much love and wisdom to share with everyone, including myself. So I really appreciate everything that you've contributed to the podcast. And I'm not going to say that I'm not sad about this part closing, because I am, but I'm also excited for you and your journey. And I'm excited for where this might end up as well for me and the podcast too. So thank you so much. Thank you for your honesty, your openness, and being able to express how you felt so that we could make this change.
Oh, and thank you for creating this space that I feel I can do that. And this journey has been amazing. Who would have thought that I would ever be part of a podcast? Oh my goodness, no way. And so that is part of my journey, that I've stepped outside my comfort zone, and I've loved it. And I'm gonna never ever forget it. It's been amazing. So, thank you for sharing this space with me. And I've loved it.
Thank you so much. The feeling is mutual. It's been an absolute pleasure. And so we will close the podcast here. I will I was thinking I have got a webinar this week. I was wondering whether to actually say anything about it or not, but I think I'll post a link in the comments if you're interested. It is about, I don't believe I'm actually doing it, to be honest, but anyway, I am, because it's really important and close to my heart. So I'm running a webinar on Wednesday the 14th of July. You are welcome to join me. It's called Nothing to Fix, How to Create Change Effortlessly. And it's all about understanding how we are, like Kelly was sharing about her book, we are whole and complete as we are, and that we don't need to fight to have the things that we want in life. We don't have to fight for our confidence. We don't have to fight for our health and well-being. It's innate within us already, and it's how to create that effortlessly. So if that resonates with you, if that's something you want to explore, please join me. It's on at 8 p.m. New Zealand time. That's 6 o'clock AEST, Australian Eastern Time. So I'll post a link in the description. It's and you can just join me. Register soon. There's only limited spaces, and join me there. I'd look forward to seeing you there. So thank you again to Kelly.
Thank you, Carrie.
And thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you. I'll see you next week.
Yes.
In one form or another.
Like Carrie said, I will rejoin you at some point to share my journey and to support Carrie. Absolutely.
And I look forward to that, Kelly. I look forward to having you on as a guest, sharing your book, sharing your milestones. It's going to be wonderful. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.